Hello students, in this video we will learn about the magnetic effect of electric current. We know that electric current has other effects also as heating effect. There is heating effect of electric current. Then there is chemical effect of electric current. And these we have studied. Heating effect is in like geysers, electric iron, toasters, where electric current is converted to heat. Chemical effect is we have seen in electrolysis, when water is electrolyzed into hydrogen and oxygen. So that is chemical effect of electric current. Today we will study about magnetic effect of electric current. Electric current can also produce magnetism or magnetic field around a conducting wire. So what is this? And this is also known as electromagnetism. Electromagnetism means a combination of electricity and magnetism. So electricity can produce magnetism and vice versa is also true. Magnetism or a moving magnet can produce electricity. In both the cases we call it as electromagnetism. It is a very important phenomena and it is discovered by as early as 1820 by a Danish from Denmark scientist Ørsted. It is pronounced as Hans Christian Ørsted. It is pronounced as R is silent. So in 1820, Ørsted, a Danish scientist, first of all discovered this electromagnetic phenomena. It is a chance discovery or it is an accidental discovery. How? He was working on an electric field. This is an electric field and this black line shows a conductor, a metallic conductor. What he was doing, when he was doing this experiment, incidentally one magnetic compass. All of you know what is magnetic compass? Magnetic compass was lying near this conductor. When electricity is passed, what he saw, there is a deflection in this needle. He was astonished and when it is switched off, the deflection is gone. Again he switched on the electric circuit and again there is a deflection. So he discovered that there is some relationship between electricity and magnetism. This needle can only be deflected when there is some other magnetic field around it. And this magnetic field is produced by this conductor when electricity is passed through it. So a combination, a correlation, a relation is established between electricity and magnetism and it is known as electromagnetism. It is an accidental discovery. Now if you want to know so now we know that electric field is formed around a conductor when electricity is passed. Now if you want to know the direction of this electric field, other experiments are done and one of the experiments is, suppose this is a electric conductor. The electricity is flowing from, this is the north direction, this is the south direction. From north to south and this is east and this is west. So if the electricity is passing from north to south, from top to bottom, then what happened, what the scientists saw, if a compass is placed here, its needle deflects towards east, towards right hand side or towards east. And if the direction of electricity is changed, how the direction will be changed? If the terminals of the battery will be changed. In this case, the electricity current is going like this. If here is the positive side, then the current will go like this. So if the terminals are changed and if the current is going upward. From south to north, then what is seen? Then the needle of the compass deflected towards the west. So this is how we can identify the direction of the current and relate it with the direction of the magnetic field. So this is how direction of magnetic fields are taken. Now we will study the magnetic effect of this electric current in three types of conductor. So if the shape of the conductors are changed, then the field lines or the magnetic field is also changed. Its shape is changed, its strength is changed. So depending upon the shape of the conductor, conductor means a copper wire or any other metallic conductor from which we have to pass the current. If the shape of the conductor is changed, then or its thickness is changed, its length is changed, then the magnetic field is also changed. So we will learn three types of conductors. First is straight wire or straight conductor. Second is circular loop. And third is solenoid. We will take solenoid conductor, circular loop conductor, straight conductor. We will take one by one. So first is straight wire conductor. So this is the diagram for that. This line, this from here to here, it is conductor, metallic conductor, and it is joined by in a electric field, electric circuit like this. What we have to do, this is the cardboard, a tough, strong cardboard. A hole is made in between and this conductor is inserted in the hole of the cardboard, and the cardboard is horizontal to the plane of the table. It is in a horizontal condition. A wire is put like this, inserted at a normal or 90 degree, and this wire is coming down and this cardboard is horizontal like this. What is happened when current is passed? When it is switched on, this is the positive terminal, so current will pass from this side, go like this and come like this. If we place some iron filings on this cardboard and tap a little and current is passed, what will happen? These iron filings, they will arrange themselves in concentric rings as is shown in this diagram. So these concentric rings, or we can plot, these are the magnetic lines of force, and we can also draw these lines by a magnetic compass also. So these red lines, they show the magnetic field and they are magnetic lines of force, and they are present in the form of concentric rings around this conductor. What we can see, near the conductor, the rings are close by. That is, they are near to each other. And as we go far from the conductor, the rings, they are quite apart from each other. They are larger rings are formed. So what we can notice? We can notice from this experiment that first is magnetic field strength, and it is denoted by the capital letter B. So magnetic field strength is proportional to or inversely proportional to distance. That is, if we go far from the conductor, the rings are bigger. Why the rings are larger? Because the strength of the magnetic field, it is diminishing. So B is inversely proportional to distance. One second, what we can see, if the amount of current is increased in this wire, heavy current is sent in this wire, what we can see, that the magnetic field strength is increased. There are more rings and they are close by. So what is second? B is proportional to current. More the current, more the strength, less the current, less the strength. So these 2 points can be taken by this experiment. Now if we want to know the direction of the magnetic field, whether it is clockwise, whether it is anti-clockwise, are these lines are going here or like this, there is a rule by which we can determine the direction of the magnetic field. And to know the direction of the magnetic field, the rule which is proposed by one scientist known as Maxwell, and this rule is known as Maxwell's rule. And the full name of this rule is Maxwell's right hand thumb rule. So this is Maxwell's right hand thumb rule. What is this rule and how we say this rule? It is like, suppose this is the electrical conductor, a copper wire from which electricity is to be passed. If we hold this in our right hand, and this is the thumb, the direction of the thumb is the direction of the current. Suppose the current is going from this direction to this direction, from south to north, from below to up, and this thumb is showing the direction of the current. Then our fingers, these fingers, they curl in the direction of magnetic field. So here this pen shows the conductor, the current is going from below to up, this thumb showing the direction of the current, and these fingers, they curl in this direction. And what is the direction of curl? It is anti-clockwise. You can see, we see from these knuckles and like this, like this, like this. So the direction of the magnetic field is anti-clockwise. Suppose we reverse the direction. Reverse the direction like this. Now the direction of the current is from top to bottom or from north to south. This is the direction of the current, and this thumb shows the direction of the current. Now our fingers curl in what way? They are curled in a clockwise manner. See, like here, from knuckles we start, and this is a clockwise direction. So by this Maxwell right hand, we have to hold the conductor in right hand, not the north hand and not the left hand. And this thumb should point towards the direction of the current. So this is Maxwell's right hand thumb rule, and it shows the direction of magnetic field. See here. Here the current is going like this. So current is going like this, and the direction of the current is, the direction of the magnetic field is clockwise. This is the clockwise direction, and this arrow shows this is the direction of the field, and this arrow shows a clockwise direction of the field. So in this way we can know the direction of the magnetic field lines or the magnetic field by this rule. So this is how magnetic field of electric current is shown in a straight wire. Now we come to the second in a loop. Suppose second is in circular loop. This is the straight wire. Suppose this is folded in a circular loop. Then what will happen for the magnetic field lines, its shape, its strength and everything. So this diagram shows the magnetic field due to electricity, due to current in a circular loop. You can see this black line is half of the circular loop, and this is showing here. What is this? It is like again a cardboard paper. Two holes are made in this. From these holes a circular loop is inserted, and from here these are two holes. Here two holes are made, here and here, and from these holes this loop is inserted in the cardboard, and this is coming out from the behind of the cardboard. So it looks like this. This is the complete. It is not broken. It is complete loop, and these dotted lines, the loop is behind this cardboard. So it is a complete loop. What happens when electricity is passed? This is the battery. This is the positive terminal. The electricity is passed in this direction. It is going like this, from here to here and here. What is the type of magnetic field? We see that on both the ends of the circular loop, there are concentric rings of magnetic field. But in the center, these magnetic lines, they are almost straight. As we go far from the conductor, the rings become broader and broader, and in the center, they are almost vertical. They are straight. Why this is so? Because this is a circular loop. Every segment of this loop, it works as a straight conductor, and it has its own magnetic field strength, and all the magnetic field strength, they added up, and in the center of this loop, maximum strength of magnetic field is there. Why? Because the parts of full loop, they added up their strength, and in the center maximum strength of magnetic field is there, and the lines, they are straight. Now about the direction. You can see the current is going here upward. So when the current is going upward, the direction is anti-clockwise. You can see these arrows, they are anti-clockwise. Here the current is coming down. In this arm, the current is coming down. When current comes down, then the direction is clockwise. You can see these are clockwise. The arrows show clockwise. But in the center, the direction of all the magnetic lines, they are same. So this is how the direction of the field can be known. Now again 2-3 points can be known by this field in circular loop. First is, if the current is increased, then magnetic field strength, that is B, it is also increased. I is current. So we have seen in this also that more the current, if current is increased, the strength is increased. One more thing. Here we have taken a single loop, a single wire. Suppose I took 5 loops or 6 loops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suppose 6 loops of the wire are taken. Then what will be the strength? Strength will be 6-fold. Now all the 6 wires, they are putting their strength, and they are adding up their strength. So if more, and these are known as number of turns. These are 6, or if we can say, if we take n number of turns, then what will happen? The second is magnetic field strength is proportional to n, or number of turns. More the number of turns, more the magnetic field strength. So B is proportional to current, more amount of current, more strength, and B is also proportional to number of turns, more strength. So this is how the direction, the strength, it is being proposed by this diagram. It is being determined by this circular loop. Now coming to the third one. This is the diagram of solenoid. What is solenoid? Solenoid, as you are seeing here, it looks like a spring. It looks like a spring. So to define solenoid, it is a long insulated. Mind it should be insulated. Long insulated copper wire which is wrapped in many turns. There are many turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this wire, it is wrapped in many turns in the form of a cylinder. It is cylinder-like or in the form of a spring-like structure. So this is known as solenoid. Again I am repeating, what is solenoid? It has a long copper wire which should be insulated. It should be wrapped in many turns and it should look like a cylinder or a spring. Then it is known as solenoid. Now what is the magnetic field in solenoid? One thing is the magnetic field of solenoid, it looks like the magnetic field of bar magnet. You know the magnetic field of bar magnet? Here the magnetic field lines, they emerge from north pole, form a elliptical and go inside the south pole. In this way, here the lines are elliptical, and as we go far from the bar magnet or far from this solenoid, the circles become bigger and bigger. The same thing, that is B is inversely proportional to distance. Here also the same thing. And second thing, as in bar magnet, inside the magnet, the lines are straight and they go from south to north. Here these blue lines, they show the straight lines inside the bar magnet or solenoid, and this is known as uniform field. So inside the solenoid, the field of magnetic field is uniform and outside it is elliptical like the bar magnet. So this is one thing. Now about the, how do we know that which pole is north pole, which pole is south pole? So we can determine this by a rule known as clock face rule. This rule is important and very simple. What is clock phase rule? Normally, we determine this rule in disc magnet. Suppose like a coin. Suppose this is a disc magnet. And each turn of this solenoid, it looks like a circular loop. It is making so many circular loops. So, what is clock face rule? If electricity or if current passes in clockwise direction, if current is passing in clockwise direction, then this pole is south pole. This is the rule. And if current is passing in anti-clockwise direction like this, then this pole is north pole. So if we have a disc magnet like a coin, so one side of the coin is south pole, other side of the back side of the coin is north pole. So how we remember which is south? It is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. So the letter N is here. In clockwise, N is not there. So if N is there, it is north, and if N is not there, it is opposite to north, that is, it is south. So this is clock face rule. So if the current is moving in a clockwise direction, the pole will be south. Anti-clockwise direction, the pole will be north. So in this solenoid, we want to know which pole is north, which is south. Suppose I stand here and look this solenoid from this side. So what I can see from this side, the current and these two ends, they are joined with an electric field. To what I can see from this side, the current is going like this. This arrow shows the direction of the current. So current is going like this in a clockwise manner. So clockwise, it is south pole. If I stand here, so the same current, now I can see the current is going in an anti-clockwise manner. From this side, the same current I can see going in anti-clockwise manner. So it will be north pole. So in this way, we can judge, we can know, determine which is north pole and which is south pole. So to brief about the solenoid, it is a spring-like structure, outside like bar magnet, elliptical field is there, inside they are uniform field or straight lines, the lines coming out from north poles, entering from the south pole as in bar magnet. What else? More the current, more the strength of the magnetic field. These are few points. One more point, if it is hollow. Hollow means it is having air core. Inside nothing is there, only air is there. It is known as core, air core. But if we put some soft iron core or some steel, this red color shows a rod of steel inside this solenoid. So this steel rod or soft iron rod is known as core. When electricity is passed inside this solenoid, it forms a magnetic field, and this rod, steel or iron rod, it become magnet. It magnetized and it become a magnet. And this phenomena is known as, and this magnet is known as electromagnet. So if we put some soft iron core or steel core, then a magnet, electromagnet is produced, which enhances the magnetism of this solenoid. And this electromagnet is temporary magnet. Until the current is passing, it is magnet. When current is switched off, magnetism is removed. So an electromagnet is formed if a core of steel or any other magnetic substance like iron is put inside this solenoid. So this is one thing. The second, the magnetic field is directly proportional to the number of turns. More number of turns, more magnetic field. The third, the closeness of the turns. If the turns are close by, the magnetic field is more. So these are few points. We can write these points, that strength of magnetic field B is more if current is more. Second, B is more if number of turns is more. B is more if turns are close by. They are close to each other. Then it is increased when there is iron or steel core is put inside this solenoid. So these are few points about the solenoid. So in this way we have seen magnetic effect of current in 3 types of conductor. One more thing, as you know, Ørsted is E also, is the discoverer of electromagnetism. In his honor, the unit of magnetism is known as Ørsted. So the unit of strength of magnetic field It is on the name of Ørsted to honor him. So this is about this lecture. In the next lecture, we will do more about the magnetism. Thank you.